Alrighty, and we're live. Hi, everyone. I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul. Welcome to my channel. And with me, as always, I have Priscilla from A Life Full of Simplicity.
Hi, everyone.
And today we're doing something different. We're actually going to be doing a live unboxing of the Trickster's Journey Tarot. This is by Jia Sung. Hopefully, I am saying that right. It's really cool. It's actually based off of Eastern mythology, and
Yep.
it's just really unique. So I'm looking forward to trying this out and doing this, new experiment of this flip through.
Yeah.
All of the information for the deck is in the description. So if you're curious about it, you can go check it out. And
Yeah.
this,
I will
oh,
just add that it's published by Running Press,
yep.
and Running Press did send us this deck specifically for the purposes of review. So we both got it for the purposes of review, just to let you know. So, yes. And yes, you did spell my name right. Hi, Luke.
Good job, Luke.
Yeah, a lot of people forget the S and will just do PRICI and then forget an
Oh.
L and things. But yeah, you spelled it correctly.
Yeah, I can see that. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll just kind of go through, like, do a little bit about the box, then we'll go into the guidebook and then go into the cards. Just kind of our normal standard method of doing our flip through. So, Sil, what do you think of the box?
So I actually, this is actually Running Press's deluxe box set kind of deck. So they have a few different deck options that they have on their catalog. So they have like their deluxe sets, which are like gift set boxes, which is a nice flip magnet box here, and that contains the book and then another box within it. Mine's empty right now because I took everything out, but yeah, I don't know if you
I
can
can show you
see, but
guys.
inside there's another box to put the deck in, which comes in a tuck box like this. Um, exactly, yeah. So it's in the middle. And I actually love this. Honestly, I tend to keep my decks in their boxes.
Mhm.
And if it's on the shelf, I feel like it's fine. But if you want to travel, you don't need to take this big thing with you. You just take it in the tuck box, right? So for traveling, I feel like it's really easy, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do love their more luxurious box sets because it comes with the bigger guidebook and things like that. They do also have their mini decks as well. And then a new kind of deck style that they've just been putting out. I think you received the Golden Mantras deck.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that box style is newer.
I
I
love
don't
the
I
style.
Me too.
Oh my
Me too.
gosh, I love it so much.
And they have a lot of decks coming out in that style this year, that I
Nice.
found. So yeah, that's a slimmer box style, just has like
Mhm.
a cards inside and with a skinnier book. But if they do like a more deluxe thing, then they usually do this because the guidebook is usually thicker. In that sense, this is 180 pages, I believe. So yeah, and then I believe in the other kinds of boxes, the pages are smaller and they have less pages in the guidebook. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is more luxurious. They're more luxurious option when they do decks, which I enjoy, in my opinion.
I do like this too. And I like, so I've gotten a lot of big boxes before, but I really like that the cards come in their own box as well,
Me too.
because we were talking about the cat tower earlier. It came in a really big box, but I'm not going to travel with that big box. So
Yeah.
I end up having to put the cards in a bag a lot because I use them a lot. It's like one of my favorite decks. So
Yeah.
I think this was really thoughtful. It's a really cool setup.
Yeah, and I find, like, it's also easier to travel with this than the in a bag. I feel like you'll get less damage to the cards, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because I find that I don't like tuck boxes. I think everyone knows this. If you're coming from my channel, you definitely know that I'm not a big fan when it comes to tuck boxes. I find them flimsy and annoying and all that
I
stuff.
agree.
But their tuck boxes are so sturdy. I have never had one issue with their tuck boxes whatsoever, and they're really thick. I find
Yeah.
the stock that they use for the actual making of the box is so thick that you can't it's not going to be flimsy, it's not going to get all ruined like some of my other decks that I have in tuck boxes, for example, from US Games or Low Scale Bale, for example. They
Yeah.
make a lot of decks in tuck boxes. Well, US Games not anymore, but they're older decks that came in tuck boxes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Low Scale Bale still makes decks in tuck boxes, and their tuck boxes sometimes get damaged and get flimsy, and then they get
Yeah.
knocked around and destroyed. But I find like with running press, I don't have that issue, and I've already traveled with 2 decks already from them. The Amenti Oracle for one, and I think I also took like their crystal. They have a crystal deck with Mystic Mondays, the Crystal Grid, that one too. No issues with the tuck box, so I'm just like I love it so much.
I think too, just from my first I don't think I have any tuck boxes, but I've seen them, like, in shops and stuff.
Yeah.
I think this one is interesting and it probably lasts longer because it feels like it has a coating on it. So,
Yeah.
a lot of times I feel like the boxes break down because of the oils in our fingers and because of the
Mhm.
constant bending, but
Yeah.
because these are coated, I feel like, that breakdown isn't gonna happen as quickly, if at all.
Very soft too. I find them very
Yeah.
soft. Yeah. We should probably talk about the price. So,
Oh, yes.
if you're in the US, it retails for $30, this particular deck, and in Canada, it retails for 38 Canadian. Though I feel like a lot of the time you could probably get this on sale if I'm thinking specifically in Canada on like
Mhm.
Amazon and things like that, you probably wouldn't pay 38 unless you get it in like a bookstore or something. So if you're in
Yes.
Canada, you go to Chapters Indigo, you'll be paying retail value, which is totally fine. I've paid so many decks that are retail value, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you buy directly from, I don't know how often they have sales running press, but I feel like if you could also, if you're in the US, you could probably buy directly from their website. I know their website has a list of all the retailers that their deck is sold in. So if you go straight to their website and you're in the US, you can look at all the list, either buy directly from them or look at the list of options that are
Mhm.
there available that are legitimate places that they sell their deck,
Yeah.
just to let you know in the US.
And for those of us in the US, it is slightly on sale, on Amazon right now for $27.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Alright, let's get into the guidebook. The book is actually it's really nice. We were noticing it earlier. I don't know if you can catch it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's color coded. So the majors and all of the minors have separate colors. Just some of the minors are based off of the animal that's associated with them. But I
Hmm.
just thought that was so cool. And um we were going through it earlier, and one of the things we were saying we wish that the guidebook had was a specialty spread for this deck, especially because the deck is so unique and so creative. I feel like that would have been a really cool spread to have something more Eastern mythology based
Yeah.
and really on theme with that. But it does have the basic, you know, single card, 3 card, 5 cross, 10 cross spreads,
Yeah.
just in case you're
And
new.
for the 3 card, there's 3 options. So you do get, like, the traditional past, present, future, then
Mhm.
you get, like, situation, obstacle, advice, and you get, like, the traditional mind, body, spirit. I did wanna say that the table of contents is also very nice.
Oh,
So
it
it
is.
does, like, have, listed everything, what page everything is on, how to use the deck. There's, like, even a section on, like, shuffling, intention, spreads, interpretation, things like that. And then in the minor arcana, if you can see here, we have like the animal that the creator associated specifically with the suit, and you have it written in the traditional Chinese as well. I'm not sure if this is Cantonese or Mandarin or what this is, but traditional Chinese characters are also written here in the table of contents, which I thought was really cool, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I did as well.
Not like I can read that, but
I
still
mean,
awesome.
yeah, I can't read it and I won't remember it without the actual, like, English translation next to it, but it's
Yeah,
still cool.
yeah. And there's also a bit on the creation of this deck. So if you wanted to learn more about the creation, there's like information that Gia put into the deck, and then we have some information on the story of Monkey. Here's some information which I believe they used to base the Fool specifically on. So, or
Hmm.
what the deck was surrounded by, like the whole creation of the deck was surrounded by.
It's really cool too in here because there is this element of inclusivity in terms of like gender and stuff and gender
Mhm.
nonconformity because the monkey is referred to as they them instead of, a traditional gendered something.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of the traditional gendered Monkey King,
Hmm.
which is what I think
Yeah.
the original was, which is really interesting. We also have like some information on the major arcana. So we have like a one-page blurb of the majors here. Yeah.
And what's cool is you'll notice, or you'll start to notice, is the since it's a bigger guidebook, or a whole spread is devoted to one card across even the minors, which a lot of times the minors end up being grouped together.
Yeah. Yeah, typically when you see like a guidebook, a lot of the time they'll do like two, they won't do like a colored photo of the card unless it's like Llewellyn. Llewellyn does a lot of that in my opinion, where they do one side is the card, the other side is like the information on the card.
Very much so.
Uh,
Yeah.
a lot of guidebooks don't do that, mainly because, to save paper, printing
Mhm.
costs, and things like that. I would assume
Yeah.
it's
It
a
keeps
little bit
prices
more
down.
expensive to do this, but I love it. Adds like a really nice touch to the book in my opinion, which
Yeah.
is really
And for
nice.
$30, that's honestly a steal, in
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah, I know,
opinion.
for, like, a box set, because, like,
Yeah.
this is 38 in Canadian. Llewellyn box set decks in Canada sell for between 45 and $50 in Canada.
Yes.
So, for 30 bucks, that's $38, that's really good for, like, a gift set, box set type of
Mm-hmm.
thing, and it comes with 2 boxes, which
Yeah.
is
Yes, exactly.
it comes with 2 boxes, which is, like, totally different in my opinion.
You cannot beat it.
Yeah.
Um, so let's look at like the first one here is the fool, but it's actually the trickster. I'm trying to figure out how there we go. But you can see what I meant. Like by devoted to a full spread, you have the artwork over here, and then you have
Yeah.
all of the information over here. I like that it breaks it down into the flowery description where it kind of goes through like a more narrative kind of more of a narrative kind of chat. Uh,
Yeah, like a little blurb of information in regards to that. The majors also have like a quote on the top. I don't know if you can see this here, but they have like a little quote on the top. It comes from a specific book. I wonder if it's mentioned here specifically. I think it does say it in the monkey. Yeah, I think it comes from the novel itself, I think. I
yes, because I know that's what the
believe so.
entirety of the deck is
Yeah.
based off of. So I that's kind of the assumption I went with it.
Yeah, so the majors all have, like, a quote on the top. It tells you the page and what volume it is, which is really nice. If you had this particular book, then, you know, you'd be able
And then
to search it up if you want the full context. Yeah.
at the bottom, it has about the art. So you get a little bit. You get the quote at the top, and then you get about the art at the bottom. So it kind of gives you the whole picture, the whole scheme of where everything is coming from. And
Mhm. And
I
then you have keywords also.
yes, I
Yes,
love my
which
keywords.
a lot of people appreciate. I appreciate a good blurb as well, but I also like when there's keywords if I don't wanna read the blurb.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, "Okay, I don't wanna read all this text, just give me the keywords," and I love
And I'm
how
the
they kept
opposite.
those.
I'm like, okay, I just want to see the keywords, and then if I feel like there's something deeper, then I'll read through it.
Yeah. And yes, Robin, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have space for the big box, though I typically do. I keep this on my shelf typically, and then when I
Mhm.
use the deck, I usually keep this in my bedside, like my bedside table, to be able to use. And then the box stays in its place,
Yeah.
stays in the way. And also, hi Alana.
Hi, guys.
So, yes. Oh, I did want to note that the major arcana are the pages are blue,
Oh, yes, I forgot.
and the
The
color palette is majority of it is there's a lot of blue, there's a lot of red, which I feel like is pretty traditional with oh, we didn't even talk about the art style. So the art style is in traditional Chinese painting, Chinese traditional art.
Mhm.
Um and the majors are color palette is pretty much blue, red, and then lighter colors of those two, so like pinks, light blues, and things like that for the
Yeah,
major arcana.
you can see, like, even here in the Magician, it kinda
Yeah.
continues on with that, and
And I actually really love traditional Chinese art. I find it absolutely beautiful to look at. My mom used to have these two paintings back in our old house on the wall that were traditional art, Chinese
Mhm.
art, and they were just
Oh,
stunning. So, like,
aw.
I love this kind of art style, and I'm excited to to use this because I really like it.
I really like, so not that I don't like the art, I tend to be drawn more to, like, the pottery and stuff, the more
Mhm.
physical things, and
Yeah.
the textiles. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the textiles are presented in the artwork here, like the outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Seeing the
Well, if you look at
traditional
the Empress, the outfit looks
gorgeous,
absolutely stunning, very
a and
traditional.
same with the emperor. Like, look at that. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
oh my god, I love it. Very traditional, very tra
Ah, you're you
we're always tempting everyone with
you
things.
you come here to be tempted.
Exactly, that's really the point. Buy
I
it.
exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna enable. I'm gonna enable.
We're not surprised by that.
Yeah. And then the minor arcana, oh my god, I love this so much. So we have like so much detail for the minors. We have like the suits, wrong side suits here, and then like numerology and the
Court
chords
cards.
here,
Mhm.
which is so nice. I love this. The guidebook is fantastic if you're like a beginner or this is like your second deck or something, you looking for something that's not super traditional RWS, because I don't feel like this is super traditional in the art style
No,
from what I
it's
can see so far.
not at all.
But I feel like the guidebook is fantastic if you are just beginning journey with this particular deck or tarot in general, in my opinion. Like, I find it fantastic, especially because it talks about the artwork, which I feel like
Mhm.
a lot of guidebooks do not do. And I love when a guidebook talks about the art. I'm just like, yes, please tell me all about the art. I love it. So, yes. Then we also have like some information on like the each suit, and it gives like a photo of like the animal that it's representing and whatnot. So I love that as well.
Yeah. Um, and then you did mention that the minors are different colors. So with the cups, it's based
Yes.
off of the black tortoise, but it's also just based off of like other amphibians or just
Hmm.
water dwelling lizards.
Yeah. So it's green.
Um, so that section is green.
Yep.
And then let's see here for the coins.
Yeah. So the coins is blue dragon, and the color is like an orange color.
Yeah.
I don't know if it says specifically. It says lizards, iguanas, and Tau Terras. Not sure what that is, but I'm not very good with animals sometimes.
Neither am I.
I'm just like,
I grew up
what
in a
is this
city.
animal?
So wands is the red bird. So that section is red. Which
Yes.
is funny because the blue dragon should have been in the blue section.
Though the color palette is blue, so
It
if you look at the imagery, it's like blue and orange. So you
Yeah,
have blue and then you have like orange and things like that. So there is blue, but it also like adds a lot of orange in my
it
opinion.
does, and I guess it's because they were saying that the blue dragon is associated with wood, which makes a lot of sense. I
Yeah,
mean, I
which
don't know
is
why I said
the
it makes sense, but I it makes sense for me.
yeah, yeah, it makes sense for me too because they're the creators going by the elements that are based on Chinese astrology.
Mhm.
So that makes sense in regards to wood, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So yeah, I do like that though. I like sometimes when decks are different and they do their own thing. It makes it more interesting in my opinion
Yeah.
and unique also. And I feel like we need more unique things on the on the market in my opinion.
And then the last one is the swords, which is the white tiger. So that section is pink. Feels
Yeah,
very fitting right now because all the cherry blossoms are blossoming out here.
I know. I know. And yes, I have the black tarot.
I
Um
thought I was supposed to get it, but I didn't. So no, I don't have it. Not unless I'm crazy and I put it somewhere and blacked out. But I don't think I got it. I'm sorry, I'm
yeah.
looking at my piles of stuff that I have to put away.
Yeah, and I and a comparison with this particular deck, is that what you're asking for, Alana? Like in comparison with this? Because they're both really different in my opinion. The structure is different when it comes to the guidebook. Black Tarot does its own thing. This deck does its own thing, Black Tarot does its own thing.
Mhm.
I feel like the Black Tarot also has a lot more spreads and spread options in that regard also. I have it behind me. Right here.
I think I opted to get the black tarot for this coming month.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I was like, I know I chose that. Like, what's going on? I know I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, well, you could always email them and ask. Yeah, so there is like specialty spreads and things like that, and then they have like one card spreads, but they have like so many options, like so many questions, and then the same thing with the two card. There's like different options there, and the three cards is like a whole list of options. So they do things differently in that regard. Now, in regards to the actual information. So obviously they don't dedicate one page per card. They're kind of they end and
It's
start
just
wherever.
staggered.
Yeah, but the information is way different for the major arcana. The consistency of this is pretty consistent across the board, even for the majors, the minors, the quartz.
Mhm.
The information's consistent on like the layouts. Now for the black tarot, I feel like we have like traits, we have a card description, we have questions to consider. We have like a flower, an element, a chakra, an yin yang, yin, aligning, and affirmation.
Mhm.
And with the rest of these, you have some traits, you have a card description, you have the yin yang, the yin yang, and the aligning, but you don't have like the rest of the information that's for the
Mm.
majors. You don't have the questions to consider. Um, but yes, I love this deck so much though. I find it absolutely beautiful. And I love what they did with this particular deck in my opinion. Like I felt like they did a fantastic job, but it does its own thing when it comes to the guidebook. And obviously the imagery is more traditional RWS, not with every single card. I feel like some cards are not traditional RWS and they do their own thing, but for the
Yeah.
most part, I feel like this um goes back to like the traditional RWS. I'm not sure with this. We're gonna look at the images now of the cards, but like I don't know if it's like super traditional. I feel like it would do its own thing because of the theme that it is, but I don't think it'll be. I feel like it'll be more pip in my opinion. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, mm, it
which
seems like
I personally don't mind. Like
yeah.
I'm okay with pip decks, and I think that's why they included the numerology in
Yeah.
the guidebook because I feel like when you are doing a pip deck, you focus more on the numerology side of things, which I enjoy. I like pulling in the numerology into my readings and things like
Mhm.
that. So
I do
I feel
too.
like, yeah, so I feel like that's pretty good. And I feel like even if there's we can see like how the imagery goes, but I feel
Yeah.
like maybe there'll be some traditional things, maybe there won't be. I don't know. I didn't really look at the cards yet, so
I
I
tried
have
not
no
to
clue.
peek too much other than, what I've
Yeah.
skimmed through the guidebook, but
Yeah. So
yeah,
I
we'll
did
see.
I did want to mention that the only thing that will ever be shrink wrapped with running press decks is their cards. Just so you know that when you get the actual big box and it's not shrink wrapped, don't worry. As long as the cards are shrink wrapped in the tuck box, your deck is not used. Just to put that out there. The cards need to be shrink wrapped to let you know. They just like to have less plastic on their packaging, which makes
Yeah.
sense in my opinion to be more environmentally friendly. So that's okay.
So, getting into the cards, here's like the back of the cards. It's that
Oh,
same patterned motif that you see on the side of the tuck box.
yeah, which I actually really like.
It's really gorgeous,
I love it.
and you can see on the edges of the main
Yeah,
box,
yeah,
and it just kind of it almost reminds me of like a drawn weave, almost like a woven pattern, if that makes sense.
yeah. So Robin, it's based on Chinese mythology, tradition, and culture. It says here in the back that it's based on Eastern spirituality, and it says that the art plays a homage to traditional Chinese painting, reinterpretations of the classic cards, and things like that. Questions to ponder during readings. Um, and it says that the fool is renamed to the trickster, which is a figure based on the iconic Monkey King from the 16th century novel Journey to the West. So I believe a lot of the cards, the quotes in the top of the majors. So I did show like the major arcana entry has like a quote on the top. I believe the quote comes from that particular
Yeah,
book. So only
I
the majors have that. Wait, I think one
oh yeah,
major didn't have that. Oh, the
yeah.
temperance doesn't have it. Oh, death doesn't have it either. I think
Oh,
only some have quotes and some don't. Wait, is it the same thing with the minors? No. So
no,
none of the minors have quotes.
nope. Yeah, judgment doesn't either. I didn't even catch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I just realized that now.
Huh. The
So
wheel,
some have quotes, some don't.
yeah, strength doesn't. Okay, that's quite interesting. All
Yeah.
right. Do you want
How do you
to?
like how do
Oh,
you like the card stock?
okay. I was just gonna ask you. Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about the card stock?
Yes.
Actually, it has that same soft coating that the box has. It's that
Yes.
like buttery kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I really like it, and of course, as I mean, the front and back are the same, but as like a YouTuber, I feel like it's really nice. It'll show up better on camera.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
it's pretty
it's a type of
vibrant.
matte, so it doesn't really reflect much
Yeah,
light, which is really great in my opinion.
it's like a nice matte, but not a sticky matte. So I like it. It feels good in my hands.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say though, if when you shuffle for the first time, there might be some clumping if you do overhand,
yeah.
but I feel like with use that will go away. I've noticed that with the decks that I have from Running Press, that with use the clumping stops. But I feel like that's pretty typical of any deck in my
It is.
opinion. Typically, the first few times you use it,
Mhm.
it needs to a little be used. It was in the box for too long, and then you bought
Yeah,
it, and
and
then
then, of course, it's also shrink wrap too, so it's all
yeah.
pressed together.
Yeah. I did
Um,
wanna show a comparison, between, like, just a traditional RWS deck,
okay.
because I wasn't sure if people, like, height-wise these are not, traditional tarot size. They are a bit taller and a bit wider compared to the RWS, which is on top. I don't know if you could see that
Yeah,
here. So, a little bit taller, a little bit wider, this side, a little bit wider,
I
in that
will say
regard.
that little bit of difference makes it feel massive. So I have small hands and like
Yeah.
I can't like I can't get my hand like properly around it.
I have no problem, doing that, so I would say instead turn it this way and then
Yeah.
shuffle, vertically if you wanted to do, like, overhand. I
Yeah.
don't know how it'll shuffle, in terms of, like, riffling, you're gonna have to show that because
We'll
you're the
test
one
it
who
out.
does that kinda shuffling, I do not do that kinda shuffling, so you'll have to test that out after when we after we go through the cards.
Yes. Do you wanna just go through, like, each card and start doing the flip through?
Yeah, we can talk about like what we think if there's any comments or anything. So obviously the fool was renamed the trickster or trickster.
Yes. Figure it out, the logistics of where I wanna hold this.
Yeah, your lighting is better. My lighting is not that great. Though I will say that I think both of us will have actual flip throughs
Yeah,
afterward. So if you wanted to see the cards better, then you can definitely check those out once they're out.
for sure. But I like that they renamed it, the Trickster. I generally don't like renames, but it's quite obvious, you know?
Honestly, I like when renames make sense. So
Right,
if it's like a theme deck and you're renaming certain cards to match the theme, I feel like that makes sense and it was intentional. There's purpose in that, you
right.
know. That I like. Sometimes people rename things and they don't make sense and I'm just like, why?
No, same thing. I
I love this
agree.
magician card.
I like it too.
Though, there's, not, like, the traditional suits to make, like, the actual like, the sword, the wand, and things like that,
Right.
but the magician themselves is, like, holding a branch from the tree behind them, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of flower that is, I don't know if it says it in the guidebook or anything. Maybe in the art part, I just wanna see what it says. Um Okay, so the flowers themselves signify intellectual blossoming, but it doesn't say what type of flower it is.
No.
That's okay. I do like that though.
Here is the High Priestess. Very, like, interesting muted colors, but, uh, this is interesting because I feel like this is a man.
Yeah, so hmm,
Not my favorite High Priestess, honestly.
yeah. Same well, in terms of imagery, it's probably not my absolute favorite, but when you look into the information in the guidebook, like I like
Mhm.
the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
But yes, I feel like I understand what you're talking about.
Here is the Empress. I actually love this Empress.
Oh, me too.
Very regal, very, like, has a very strong presence, and I just think the outfit is beautiful.
Yeah, very traditional Chinese culture represented here in the Empress card. I love it so much with the headdress and everything. Absolutely
Mhm.
beautiful.
What I like too is that, the Empress and the Emperor seem like they belong together, like they support one another, and I really
Yeah,
like when there's that continuity
yeah.
in
Yeah, I love when they match too. I feel like it's
yeah.
always I feel like it looks better when the emperor and empress match.
Mhm.
They look like they go together
Yeah.
because technically that's what they're supposed to go together in my opinion. So I do like that as well.
And I like that the Emperor's outfit is, like, almost softer and less vibrant than the Empress.
Yeah, it definitely has a touch of less luxury in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um it looks more, well, it's not simple, I would say. It's not simple, but it
Yeah.
looks a little bit toned down,
Mhm.
as if he wants the Empress to shine more, in my
Yeah.
opinion, in
It's
regards to that.
exactly how I feel. Here's the High Priestess or High
Higher
Priest. Sorry, this is a Hierophant, which is labeled the High Priest here.
Oh, okay, in the guidebook.
Yeah. In the guidebook,
Interesting how they put Hierophant on the card,
but
High
High
Priest
Priest in
in
the book, yeah.
the book, yeah.
And it's funny
Interesting.
because I even read it. I read it as Hierophant, but I'm looking down at the book, and then High Priestess rolls off my tongue
Yeah.
because when do I ever say High Priest?
Well, traditionally though, if you think of like Marseille,
Yeah,
the High Priestess and the Hierophant is also named High Priest. So it's High Priest
yeah.
and High Priestess. They're supposed to be the opposites of each other. So
Mhm.
I get that, but I would have liked to actually see them put the same naming on the card. I feel
Yeah,
like that might get confusing for people, but
a little more continuity
yes.
would be nice.
Very high priest like, in my opinion, very Hierophant esque with
Yeah,
the crown and the staff with the
ve
luxury things going on the staff here in the
very much so.
top. So yeah, get that Hierophant vibes, in my opinion. So it says here in the about the art that this is a historical priest who um spent time, I guess, translating scriptures, or maybe mistranslated scriptures or something of the sort. So that's interesting.
Here's the Lovers.
Yeah, I really like this Lovers card, I have to say.
I think
Um,
it's interesting.
it's very interesting. Like, you have the person at the bottom. Let me put this down. You have a person at the bottom, like they're like folded here,
Mhm.
like kind of like in a like a kind of like a child's position, but, like, trying
Yeah,
to hold the hand of the other person who's in, like, a similar position.
it gives me very much like that yin yang kinda feel.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I feel like, hmm, does it say anything like that? Because that would be really interesting if it did. It talks about that it's ruled by Gemini, which is the twins.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense with the yin yang energy,
Mhm.
but I do like that. What does it say here? I like how it says that this card represents the choice we make about how we spend our time and who we spend it with. Our commitments shape our priorities and values, and vice versa.
Mm, I like that a lot.
It says, honor the connections that nourish your authentic self. I feel like that definitely, I get that feeling from the card, in my opinion, with the authenticity and
Mhm.
whatnot, with the two of them. They look like they are resting, or
Yeah, resting on each other's knees, but also
Ye
reaching out to each other.
yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of peace in this card also.
Mhm. I agree. Um, I thoroughly enjoy this chariot.
Me
I
too, this
love
person
this.
looks badass. They're, like, riding 2 tigers, I think.
In, like, full armor, yeah.
Oh my god, that is that's really funny, actually. I love it. I love it so much. What's okay, Tiger Rider. So this person is called the Tiger Rider. Oh my god, that is funny. Ruled by
Oh.
Cancer. Interesting. Yeah, I like this. This is definitely there's definitely a fierceness here, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I feel like with the Chariot, you kinda do need to be fierce to get that movement going and
Yeah.
to take that action to like, get that step forward or to take that step forward. So I definitely like that.
I um I kind of like how the concept of the tiger is continued on in the strength card, but
Oh yes, instead of a lion, which is
yeah, where the chariot had a lot of like reds, which I feel like is really like a fiery, passionate kind of color. We have this more
mhm.
cool and like subdued blue, which doesn't feel like a strength color, but I like that they utilized it for strength because it's
Yeah, and I find that really funny because the chariot is ruled by Cancer, and Cancer is like a super emotional sign, and then Strength is ruled by Leo, and Leo very passionate, very
yeah,
fiery,
yeah.
very fiery sign in my opinion. So yeah, I do. It's definitely interesting in that regard. What does it say here with the art? Um, It says here that this card calls you to ponder the difference between killing the tiger and befriending the tiger.
Hmm.
Wow,
I like
interesting.
that because there are certain tarot cards that have, or other decks that have, strength represented a little differently than it looks like, instead of the traditional kind of pulling the lion's mouth open kind of thing, it's more
Hmm.
so being in tune with the lion. So I,
Yeah,
I really I like how they incorporate that in here. That's one of my favorite ways to interpret strength.
yeah, I do like that as well. It's very interesting.
Here we have
Oh,
the hermit.
the Hermit, one of my favorite cards. Okay, let me look at it. Let me
Okay.
see. Let me
Take some
see.
time, look at it.
I do like how I like how the Hermit is like fully covered.
Hmm.
Almost, except you see a bit of like you see their face obviously, and then like a bit of their arms, and they're holding this lantern, and like I don't know what's going on. There's like some blue spots going on. I don't know if they explain any of that. Probably not,
I think
but
it's just supposed to represent like background, like he's supposed to be out in the wilderness, is what it says.
mm, okay, yeah. Recentering alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
I think this is a fine hermit. Maybe not my favorite, but not the worst.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it represents what the hermit stands for really well, in my opinion, like in terms of the imagery. Like you looking at
Mhm.
this, you'd know right away that this person is taking time, taking solace, reflecting, trying to find or guide their own inner light and things like that, which is
Yes.
the point of the hermit. So I feel
Totally.
like the imagery gets the point across,
Excuse
which
me.
I like.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, here's the wheel. Now this one's interesting. I feel like I'm gonna have to read what the artwork is.
Oh yeah, the wheel. That's definitely interesting. There's a lot going on in this. Definitely very cyclical.
Yes.
Very cyclical. Oh, it's the Buddhist wheel of life, depicting the six realms of existence. In the top half are the realms of gods, demigods, and humans. In the bottom half, the realms of animals, hungry ghosts, and hell. Oh. In the hub of the wheel, there the three animals represent the poisons that fuel the cycle of rebirths. The pig symbolizes delusion, the bird attachment, and the snake aversion. Wow.
Hmm.
I actually really like this. Now, if you're someone who is Buddhist, you'd probably understand this way better,
Yeah.
because you'd have a better understanding of the Buddhist wheel of the year. But just looking at this, I'm like, wow.
I know there's definitely a lot going on.
But I love it though. I don't know. There's just something about it that is really interesting. Typically, what do we see typically in the wheel? We see the traditional RWS wheel, we see
Yeah.
like the pagan wheel, we see like seasonal wheel.
Mhm.
Like that's typically what we see in a tarot deck a lot of the time. And I feel like this is just different in my
Yeah,
opinion, which I
it
really
really
like.
is. I feel like I need to take some time to wrap my head around it because it's such an interesting concept, but I don't know much about it, you know?
Yeah,
It's hard to relate to, but I like that it's something unique.
me too. Me too. It looks really good.
It does.
Mm, I like that.
All right. Justice.
Justice. Interesting.
So it says Erlang is the deity who finally brings monkey to justice and punishment.
Mm. So, um, he has a third eye, which I feel like makes sense a lot of the time with Justice, having a third eye, energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like
right.
seeing things in the least unbiased way possible.
Yeah, that too. So I do really like that. Yeah, calling you to be truthful, deliberate in your choices. I do like that because it definitely feels like that like pro or con. With the arms of this particular person, I feel like since one is further down, the other one is like further up. I feel like there's that kind of like above below kind of energy also.
Or the scale.
Yeah, the scale, yeah. Like not being like not having that balance.
Mm-hmm.
So that too.
Hmm.
Uh,
All right. Hangman.
oh yes, Hangman.
Yeah, Luke, we'll see what the sun has for us. We're getting there.
Yeah, interesting hanged one. It's like a person, but they have a monkey head.
I think this is actually monkey somehow because or based off of the art.
Yeah, monkey is left to meditate under the five elements mountain for 500 years until the priest Sansung passes through on their scripture quest to India and frees them. I like how we have like some correlation with the other cards. I'm pretty sure
Uh-huh.
that is the high priest in the book. Yeah, that's the high priest. So I definitely like that correlation between the two cards. Very interesting. I feel like if you're gonna be there hanging for 500 years, you're definitely gonna be contemplating a lot,
Yeah.
and you're definitely gonna have to change your perspective on things for sure. 'Cause that's
Yeah, I would hope so after 500 years.
yeah, but it also allows that notion of pausing, taking time to really
Mhm.
reflect and change your perspective and things. So that's good at least that they correlated that, which I really like because that's typically what the hanged one is usually about. Um, in my opinion, how I read the hanged one.
I like the continuity between that and going into the death card. Um,
Yeah, I actually really love the death card where it's just a skeleton on a horse
yeah.
holding another skeleton, holding a skeleton head. What does it say? It says, Monkey entered hell to strike their name from the register of death, stole from the gods, and fought Buddha. Here under the mountain, Monkey endures 500 years of stillness before a new phase of life can begin. Oh, yeah, that makes sense from the
Yeah.
hanged one to
Doesn't
this.
it?
Yeah, I do like this though. It's so strange, but I love it.
It is strange yet familiar somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's skeletons in even the original death
Yeah,
card of the
exactly.
RWS, so I do like that.
Here is temperance.
Yep, this is my sun sign card associated with Sagittarius.
So
It even has my arch nemesis in it, which is the parrot. We don't get along, me and parrots. Parrot tried to bite my face off at the zoo when I was a child, so I don't know.
Oh, I was like, how do you have beef with a parrot?
I don't like parrots. They scare me.
I'm not a bird person. Bird people are weird. Sorry if anybody's a bird person.
Yeah, I like birds, but from afar. Like, don't come near me. Like, you're cool if you keep a distance. Like, it's so pretty
Yeah,
to look at them and whatnot. But if they come too close, I'm like, nope,
that's
I'm
ironically how I feel
out of
about
here.
monkeys. Ugh, don't touch me.
So yeah, this is really interesting though. This particular person in here, they're very ordained
Mhm.
with the necklace and things like that, and then whatever kind of blanket or shawl that they're wearing with the flower. Very nice actually. I really like what they're wearing here, the blue. And then they have like flat, like they're holding. It looks like they're holding the same thing the magician was holding.
Yeah,
Um,
it does.
so that's very interesting.
Here is the devil. He is
Oh
the
yes.
bull demon king, once a bond brother of Monkey, and has since become his adversary.
And Luke just mentioned bull. We're talking about a bull.
Oh, which is funny
Uh,
because this is Capricorn, but the bull I always think of Taurus. So
yeah. So the Chinese zodiac do their own thing, in my
yeah,
opinion, when it comes to astrology. So yeah, I think they're just going by the astrology that's associated with the RW, like the RWS, in my opinion.
hmm
Yeah. Oh, an ox. Yeah, I guess this could be an ox. Does it say?
no, he's a bull. Bull demon king
Oh, bull demon
is
king. Okay.
his name. I mean, I guess he could just be an ox trying to go about as a bull, but
So yes, but I do like this. He
yeah,
looks very tough with those red eyes. I don't know if you
yeah.
can see some
And then he
cool
has
red
a face on his
eyes.
armor, which is also unsettling.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Wait.
Yeah, that's very creepy looking.
Face. It is creepy looking. My god. It feels like they're both staring into my soul.
I know. The red eyes are bad enough, but then your armor has a face. I definitely
Hmm.
wouldn't want to go against you.
Gonna have to look better into this card to be honest, because I feel like there's something about it that I don't know, I like. But it's also strange.
Yeah, it
But I
is.
also at the same time I like it. Oh,
Here
I
is
love the tower card.
it's very pretty. It's actually quite serene.
Yeah, not much destruction happening or
Mm-mm.
upheaval or anything like that. Um, I don't even see any thunder or anything, but it does say about the art section. It says, final destination of the pilgrim's journey is the Thunderclap Monastery on Spirit Mountain. So I guess they chose a specific location that represents like that thunder.
Yeah, I guess so. But even the description of it doesn't give me the whole like upheaval or, disaster or anything like that. It seems quite the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, from the imagery itself it does.
Hmm
Hmm.
Let's see. We have the star,
Yeah. They're sitting on
deer or an antelope or something.
yeah, mounted on a white deer.
White deer.
That's what it says. White deer.
Oh, he's the Dianist god of luck.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Which
can
I feel like makes sense for the star.
Yeah.
Luck is typically associated with the star also, though I feel like most people associate the star with hope.
Yeah.
But luck is supposed to be one of the keywords for the star. So I definitely feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Okay, I'll go with it. Here we have the moon.
The moon is another one of my favorite cards because the hermit and the moon are my birth cards.
Oh, okay.
So like birth card combination if you did like the labyrinthos
Yeah.
thing going on
Calculation.
there. Yeah. What is going on in this card though? I see the rabbit at the bottom, which I feel like makes sense for the moon.
Apparently, Changi is the goddess who lives in the palace of the moon.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't like this one.
Finds companionship in the jade rabbit. Interesting.
Yeah.
After stealing the elixir of immortality from her husband, she floated to the moon and has lived there ever since. Interesting. It looks like yeah, I guess it could look like she's floating. I was like wondering what was going on, but I see it now with the imagery. Kind of looks like she's floating up and she's like this.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what's going on? I'm like, why is her head over
Yeah, and
here?
then like
And her body is like strangely all this, but
yeah,
now I understand. It looks like she's like kind of floating up. Um,
like on a cloud or
in
something.
my opinion.
Yeah. I still don't like it. Oh, Robin was saying she likes the watery, inky paintings.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the art style.
So here we have the sun, which is
Yes, and I think
almost
Luke was inquiring or saying that
yes.
this was his significator. Well, here's the sun, friend. Here's
Yeah.
the sun.
So Hu Yi is a divine archer and husband of Cheng Yi. That's why they kind of have that similar, like they're more or less the same card over again. He's remembered for culling 9 suns, sparing one to light the sky. The three-legged crow is a symbol and inhabitant, sorry, of the sun. Interesting. Okay.
Three-legged crow. That's interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, float again.
I
Probably
do
looked
like
weird.
the moon a little better because of the duality with the sun card and how they kept the story consistent. Still
Yeah.
not my favorite.
Yeah, I find it
Whoops.
interesting. The the archer is very interesting for the sun specifically. Um, I thought that was interesting.
Mhm.
Hmm. It does say it does say that the sun card of fortune and fulfillment, having weathered the tower's destruction and solved the moon's riddles, you radiate a centered, warm confidence and earn optimism that draws people toward you. Um, you should make that into a dance, the tarot card float.
That'll be the new TikTok craze.
Oh
Just you
God.
watch.
Oh God. The trickster float. No, it's okay. Someone else can do that for me. And just be like, "Oh yeah, I saw this on YouTube." I do love the judgment card, I have to say.
Yeah, here's judgment. I do like this. Hmm.
Yeah. So this is Buddha. um, or the Buddha. I do like this because I feel like when it comes to meditation, so with me, when it comes to the judgment card, I typically go with like acceptance and accepting something to move on to that final stage, right?
Mhm,
In terms of the world and completion and things like that.
mhm.
So I feel like with meditation, you really come to that acceptance stage with the judgment with meditation because you're sitting there, you're serene, you're in a state of like I guess a trance state, I don't know. I guess it depends on like your meditation style, but like you feel a sense of like calm and like
Mhm.
peace of sorts when you meditate. I don't know. When I meditate, I feel like a sense of calm and peace and things like that. So I feel like I get a lot of that. And I feel like with a sense of acceptance, you get that a lot of the time.
Yeah. I see
Um
judgment a little more so as, like, the reckoning or the awakening before that final stage. So I see that correlation
yeah.
with meditation because a lot of people do
Yeah.
meditation for just that.
I feel like with an awakening though, there has to be some kind of acceptance. There
Yeah,
has to be
that
some
makes
kind
sense.
of
Where,
so
like,
yeah, that makes sense.
everything becomes clear and falls into place and, you understand that
Yeah.
this is how things are, and it makes sense to you now.
Yeah, 100%. That makes 100% sense. So
Mhm.
yeah, I really like that they put Buddha there.
Yeah, I really like that one.
And then we started with the trickster and now we end with the trickster
Yep.
for the major arcana. What are the animals that are in here though? Let's see. Wheel of Life. Does it say? The three creatures from the hub of the wheel card. Okay. So the three creatures that come from the hub of the wheel card. What was in the middle there of the
What was
wheel?
it?
Which
The snake,
were
pig, and the
pig, bird, and snake.
oh, okay.
So we
Just
have the pig at the bottom. The snake and pig are at the bottom,
mhm.
and then the bird is there on the top.
Hmm.
Uh, Here, this one. I'm pointing at the right place. It's hard sometimes with the webcam. So yeah, that's interesting. It's like a very full circle moment, which is pretty traditional with when it comes to the major arcana.
Yeah. So next up, we have the cups. This is the one that is represented by the black tortoise, but
Yeah.
because it's the element of water, it has a lot of amphibians and water dwelling lizards and other things like that, creatures that are in the water, and is represented by the color green.
Yeah. I love the ace. Oh
It is
my god, so cute.
super cute.
With the little frog in the cup. I love him. He's so adorable.
I do like that. I like that, it's kind of traditional, the one cup being presented, pretty
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah. It's a new beginning, obviously. So
Mhm.
that makes sense. Then we have the two of cups.
Two of Cups is, very interesting. This does
Honestly,
feel
this feels traditional in my opinion. I don't know about you, but I feel like the two eels are like sort of entwining into each other or kind of entwining into each other, and I do feel
yeah.
a sense of connection when with the two of cups. Two of cups is usually about connection, new partnerships,
Yeah,
and things like that, new romantic relationship, new partnerships in general, like they
right.
could be romantic, business, friendships, anything, new things going on. So I definitely get that with the eels entwining them together. Like they look like they're all entwined together, which is funny.
Then we have the Three of Cups. This one's, interesting.
His three snakes.
Yeah,
It kind of feels traditional with in the traditional sense where it's like the three ladies and they're holding up their
yeah.
cups. It looks like the snakes are holding up their cups.
Yeah, that was like it just looks like they're raising their glasses together.
Which it makes sense in the traditional sense if we really think about it. The Three of Cups, friendships, party, celebration
Celebration.
with friends, and things like
Yep.
that. So that makes sense in my opinion.
Four of Cups.
Ooh, Four of Cups.
This is where we kind of deviate, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're all turned over,
Yeah.
which is very interesting because typically are they all turned over or is there like three cups? I know in the traditional like the guy looks bored out of his mind, there's a random hand floating and a cup is coming out of nowhere, but I don't remember the cups in front of him. Is one of them overturned and two are up, or I don't remember.
I think
Are
they're
they
all
all up?
upright.
I don't remember in that sense. I know in the five, three are overturned, two are standing up, but not
Yeah.
in
So
four.
three are upright, and the little cloud is bringing the fourth one in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
So this,
interesting that these are all turned over.
yeah, I'm wondering if the book has anything specific on that. I just want to. Here we go. Four of Cups. Oh, okay. So in the about the art section, it says a salamander stumbles about aimless and clumsy. In this restless panic, its flailing limbs send the wine cups around it flying. So the salamander turns them over.
Okay.
That makes sense because in the Four of Cups, you know how the guy is sitting there against the tree. He looks bored out of his mind. He's not even paying attention to what's going on. He's
Yeah.
just sitting there, and there's a hand, right? I feel like there's like a similar sense reading that. There's like a similar sense that maybe the salamander's not paying attention to what's around him, and he's just so in his bubble, and he's just going,
Hmm.
and then he's like tipping things over and being clumsy and all this stuff because he's
Yeah.
not paying attention to what's around him already. That's what I'm
I
thinking
can kind of see that.
in
I
that
need to sit
regard.
on it more. I'm not quite sold, but yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Five of Cups.
Pretty traditional. I like the little axolotl.
Yeah.
So cute.
We have the Six of Cups. This one feels more pippish to me.
Yeah, but the tadpoles though. So in my opinion, childhood, inner child,
Yeah.
childhood memories, nostalgia from the past, about the past. I get it with the tadpoles
Yeah. I guess that makes
because these are
sense.
tadpoles. They're like
Yeah.
in their like
Childhood,
first stage.
youthful stage.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I get with this, and that's
Yeah.
typically what the Six of Cups is about, in my opinion. So, yeah, Lana, go for it.
Yes, please do, and film it.
It's too funny. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups.
This one's
Interesting.
interesting. Let me see what it says about the Seven of
It
Cups.
goes from like a cup to like dissolving into the lizard.
Yeah.
So there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There's seven things going on in the card.
Mhm.
So that's interesting, but I don't. So the Seven of Cups is typically about choices. It's about having too many options. Um,
But
Pretty
I
much
get
pros
what.
and cons because the different things that are going on in the different cups.
Yeah.
I would think with this, maybe this is the different stages. So maybe going through different stages to go to your final stage.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I didn't
I
even
know.
read the
No,
guidebook, so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not I have to sometimes I just have to sit with things for a little bit before they.
Yeah, me too. It's okay. I'll probably read the guidebook for this deck so I can get more acquainted
Yeah.
with with everything. We have a big toad here in the Eight of Cups.
Mhm. I like this one though. All of the cups are overturned, which is the opposite of the 8 of Cups, um, traditionally.
Yeah, in the traditional imagery.
Mhm.
But
But
I
I
but
actually really like
I
this.
like that in a sense.
Mhm. because I feel like it better represents the Eight of Cups, like moving on from old emotions and
Exactly.
old things, and you're like basically deciding you're going to empty your cups and start over. It's kind of
Yeah.
what it feels like.
Yeah, it's about going just allowing like leaving the things in the past and moving forward. And I
Yeah.
feel like overturning your cups is probably a good representation of actually leaving things where they belong in the past
Hmm.
and not taking them with you forward. So I do like that actually.
Here we have the Nine of Cups.
Yeah, 9 of cups. The snake is shedding its skin, which I find
Yeah.
is really interesting for the 9 of cups. The 9 of cups is what? The traditional that guy sitting with wine all over the place, right? That's the
Yeah. I think that
it's
yes.
the no. Is that the
Mm,
wish card? No. Is the 9 of cups the wish card? I always do 9 of cups and 9 of pentacles and mix up their meaning sometimes.
Nine of Pentacles is the one with all the wine and whatnot about. And then the Nine of Cups is the guy sitting there, and there's like a row of cups behind him.
Yeah, so
And that's
that's
the
the one
wish.
with the guy. Yeah, that's the guy that looks like John Travolta. There's like a meme going around where he looks like John Travolta. Yeah, that's the wino. So that's the wine card with the
Oh,
wine in back of him. Yeah, everyone thinks that guy's a wino. I've heard so many people talk about it and call him a wino or whatever.
oh, that's interesting because
Yeah,
I
because
always
the 9 of Pentacles is what? 9 of Pentacles.
oh, it's just they're in a garden with pentacles.
Yeah, so 9 of Pentacles is the abundance card.
Yeah,
The 9 of Cups is the wish card. So
yeah,
yeah, this is like wish fulfillment and things like that. But I
yeah.
like the sense of the 9 of Cups in the sense of like shedding the old.
Mhm. It kind
Um
of is like the next stage of when you first turn over the cups in the 8, and now you're starting to shed all of that away and
yeah.
starting to come into, your true self sort of thing, but you're not quite there yet, so he still has
Yeah.
skin to shed.
Yeah, which I do like actually better. I do like that a lot better actually.
And then
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
the wish
the
card, yeah.
10 of cups, which, is fine. It's fine.
10 of Cups is traditionally I think of like family and things like that. So I'm surprised there's like no, it's just a turtle. That's it. I want to know. Okay, I want to see what the
I I wish that they did have, like, baby turtles or, a
yeah.
more than one turtle or something. Um,
Okay, wait. It says here. Wait.
or does it say something helpful?
A red-eared terrapin sits among its brood of egg-shaped cups. Okay, so the cups are supposed to represent the eggs.
Oh, I
And
never
her
would have gotten
children will hatch to sunbathe and swim together in their pond.
oh, I never would have
Okay.
gotten that from the
No, that's why the guidebook,
yeah,
sometimes you gotta read it, in
yeah.
my opinion, like,
Okay, that's
especially
fine.
if it's not traditional, I feel like if the creator actually puts in work to explain the art within the guidebook, I feel like it's great. I usually read the guidebook if the creator does that, so I'll probably read in this sense so I can get a sense of where the creator was coming from in their
Yeah,
interpretations, but I do like that. Now that I understand the artwork, I actually do like that very much.
yeah. Well, so Robin was asking why it's a turtle instead of continuing with the continuity of the snake, but from the 8, it was a toad, and then the 9 is a snake, and then the 10 is a
Yeah.
turtle, so I
So
don't
they're
think that it's
amphibians. So
yeah,
it's different for every card. Like I think one was a frog. Like we started off with a frog,
it's going through
then
a
we had
rotation
eels,
of
then we
different
had snakes or
mhm,
some kind of snake, then we had a salamander, we had an axolotl, we had some tadpoles, we had some other kind of lizard, we had a toad, we had snakes, we had a turtle.
yeah.
So it's all amphibians. They each have like their own amphibian um in that sense, I think.
Okay, so here is this one is weird, I don't know how I feel about it, the Page of Cups.
Oh my god, this snake has a face. The snake
Yeah.
has a face.
And Robin, I totally get what you mean. It would have been
Yeah,
cool
me
if
too.
the 8, 9, and 10 kind of had more of that story flow.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they have that story flow within the?
The minors, not really.
No,
Not.
I mean within the guidebook. I was
Oh
sorry. I
no,
paused because I was like looking at
I
the
was
thing.
making that up. That was my story.
Um. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the you have to read the guidebook in that sense. But what does it say here for the page? What does it say? It says a snake-bodied woman, her coils adorned with Taoist ritual implements, stares with wide-eyed interest at some distant event, real or imagined.
Yeah, not a fan of it.
Um, so this is apparently within mythology, seen in the story of Nuwa and I don't know how to pronounce the other word. It's Fuxi.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
In the classic of mountains and seas, an ancient anthology of mythical creatures and places compiled in the 4th century CE.
Fourth
Interesting.
century.
So this is part of mythology. Um,
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
it's definitely interesting. It's
Yes,
definitely new. Um,
it definitely gives me that like uh Inuyasha kind of feel. I feel like I've seen a creature like this in Inuyasha.
oh yeah, maybe, probably.
That's it would, I mean, it's not the same country, but similar concept,
No,
I suppose.
yeah. I don't know. I like it. It's strange, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I think it's interesting in my opinion.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Luke, I used to be hardcore into Inuyasha. Here is the Knight of Cups.
This turtle looks like I'm assuming it's a tortoise because it's super
Yeah,
huge, but
yeah,
it kind of looks like a dinosaur.
it does. It looks like one of
I
those
like it though.
brachiosauruses or something.
I find this interesting though because the Knight of Cups, out of all the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is supposed to be the slowest.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
what's the Knight of Pentacles then if this is a turtle? Like turtles are pretty slow moving. So like,
I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of cheating and looking ahead at different
oh yeah.
courts to see if there's continuity between the courts. There, the knights, yes, the pages don't seem to. Um, but yeah, I was like, I don't like the fact that he's on a turtle. Like, could have been on a big lizard. Those things are fast.
Well, the Knight of Coins is on a Komodo dragon.
I
Komodo dragons are pretty quick, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm, interesting. I don't know. Someone who knows lizards and
And turtles.
tortoises and amphibians and all that, you let us know which one is the fastest because I feel like when it comes to like what the knights represent, they're always about action, right? Taking action
Mhm.
towards something, but the pentacles are supposed to be the
The
the slowest
slower
because of the fact that that suit in general is like the slower suit in terms of that regard. So I feel like it's what it's wand. Is it wands and then swords or swords and then wands?
wands, swords, cups, pentacles.
Okay, so maybe that
Yeah,
makes sense. Though I don't know if Pentacles is a Komodo dragon, then I
yeah.
don't
We'll have
know.
to see what wands and swords are, I guess.
Yeah,
Here we have the queen.
yeah, I like it. I don't know who this is supposed to represent.
Oh, so this is the black tortoise. This is the
Oh,
isn't that
okay.
what the suit is based off of? Yeah. So this is actually the black tortoise. It's a mythological beast, de- depicted as a tortoise entwined with a snake.
Okay, so both the queen and king are both the black tortoise.
Okay, I do like that. I like it's kind of like bringing
Me
on.
too, but look how nice they look together.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I always forget 3 degrees of divination. Your name. I'm sorry about that. It was
Alana.
Alana. It was the Knight of Cups that was on the tortoise.
Yeah, the Knight of Cups.
But yeah, I guess we could look at them together because they go so well together.
Yeah.
There we go.
I really like them together, actually.
And I like that they're facing each other.
Yeah, me too.
It's really,
I feel like one is in more of a like the queen is more of in like a standing position, like I don't know, one
she's
foot
like
is
in
up.
some movement kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the king of cups is more in a serene position, seated.
I like that because the queens are not usually depicted as they're all sitting. All so are the kings.
Yeah,
So I
in
like that.
traditional tarot, yeah,
Yeah.
they're all seated. Um but I'm trying to think of like the interpretation. Like the queen of cups is typically about nurturing, caring for others,
Yeah.
providing compassion, empathy towards other people.
Mhm.
So I feel like maybe this is supposed to represent the movement of providing others with comfort, maybe.
Maybe.
And then the king of cups is typically within your own emotions. It's really about having your head and heart balanced
Yeah.
together.
Being more in tune with oneself and
Yeah, your own emotions and things, so maybe that's why,
yeah.
they have them different like that, but I do
But
like this, actually.
but I like how they have them different, but they still seem like they connect and balance each other. Alana? Oh my god, I can't even. So it rhymes with
Alana
banana?
Banana? Alana no, wait.
Alana?
Alana?
Banana. Alana banana. Okay. It's Alana, not
Uh,
Alana, is what
okay.
is what you're saying. I hope. Oh, I don't know why that broke me for a second. Oh my god.
Me me too, though, I was, like, reading that and I was like,
I'm so sorry.
"Wait."
I'm like slow apparently.
I feel like in this instance, we need that meme with all the math
Yeah.
going, and we're just sitting there, like,
Yeah.
contemplating. That's the meme that we need right now, I
Yeah, I
think.
know. I know. I need to create graphics so that way we can pop things up on screen.
That would be actually really funny, to be
It
honest.
it would be.
Though you're the math brain in
I
this duo,
know. That's
so
why I was just like my brain was like just short circuiting. It would not. I was like, why is this so hard?
the mathing wasn't mathing. The math wasn't mathing.
This is exactly why I went to school for math, so I didn't have to read.
I love that though. That's so funny. Oh my god.
So we're getting into my favorite suit, the Pentacles.
Pentacles. So the pentacles are your favorite soup?
Yes. I feel like if I feel like I'm very much a Pentacles kind of girl. I'm a
Mhm.
Taurus and then also the year of the dragon. And I feel like I relate a lot to some of the journey of the Pentacle.
Mm.
I'm
Funny
sure it was funny to watch.
funnily enough though, you'd think because I'm a Sagittarius sun, the wands would be my suit, but
Mhm.
really not. It depends on the deck, but a lot of the time I gravitate towards either the cups or the pentacles,
Mhm.
depending on how they are. Sometimes I'll
That's fair.
gravitate towards the swords, but the ones, whatever. I like the suit as a whole, just like the concept of the ones, but
Mhm. I think I
whatever.
really like the swords in the Everyday Witch Tarot. I really like how
Oh,
that's depicted because it doesn't
mm.
seem as like bleak as some of the other decks.
Yeah.
I think so. I feel like there's more balance between the suits. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, which is good because I
Yeah,
think a lot of the time people are scared of the swords
scared
because
of
of the way
yeah,
they're depicted.
yeah.
So
Oops.
that makes sense.
But yeah, so here's the
Ace.
ace. Yes, I was gonna say the one because I saw the one Roman numeral.
I love the aces so far.
Yeah,
They're so cute.
and I love the little gecko. I used to love like catching them and like poking their little squishy bellies. So I really like this one. The 2 is very interesting. I really
Yeah,
like that.
it's a two-headed lizard.
Yeah.
And for in terms of like balance, I think that's really interesting. I don't know, I feel like is the two of I'm trying to remember the Deccan wheel.
The what?
Tarot. The Deccan wheel, hold on, I'm gonna
Oh,
look
okay.
it up. The Deccan wheel of tarot where it gives you the astrology
Oh,
of the suits. I'm trying to think what is the two of um coins right now. Let's see.
wouldn't it
Oh
be
no,
like
that's Capricorn. Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. Because it feels very Gemini. Um
Sorry, I'm rereading the comments. We're
That's
That's
funny.
it's really hilarious. I need to create a short of us having our, like, mental breakdown.
If you can find a thing to add into the short with the
Yes,
math thing, do it.
I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I feel like that would be really funny.
That
I
would
wish
be
you could tag people. I wonder if you can tag people in shorts. I gotta figure out how
I
shorts
think
work.
so in the title, I think so.
Okay,
I
because
think
if
so.
I can figure it out, I will tag you.
That would be funny, do it. Yeah, I was thinking Gemini, that's what I was thinking because of it's two-headed.
Yeah, it does seem like
It
the
just feels
twins.
that yeah, it feels like that energy, but no, it's associated with Capricorn. It's associated specifically with Capricorn in Jupiter.
Mm, hmm.
So yeah, I definitely don't feel that kind of energy with this specifically, but I do like the balance of this because
Yeah,
obviously the two of coins, two of pentacles, it's about balance, right? So
yeah.
and it's about juggling also. You're
Mhm.
typically in the traditional use that guy is like
The
juggling the two
yeah.
coins. Yeah, it's really yeah. You can go back to where we are now. Like you can
I
fast
think if
forward.
you press the, like, little button that says live, I think it's usually, like, down here somewhere, you can, it'll just pop you back to the beginning. Oh, but she's gonna get this late.
Right. Oh my god. We definitely need that math isn't mathing
This
thing because my
today has
god.
been a struggle, apparently, my god. Uh,
Oh my god. I think I'm just too tired
I
to
know, need, like, a
comprehend.
nap. Um, so here is the 3 of Pentacles. This one's interesting. I don't really get that, like I mean, I wish it was a 3rd lizard in here.
Mhm. I'm wondering if the fact that their tails are entwined has anything to do with like collaboration or anything like that. So I'm just gonna um
Oh, it says whiptail lizards are an all-female species that reproduce asexually through parthenogenesis.
interesting.
Hmm.
That's cool.
All right. Fun fact. But yeah, I mean, I get the entwined thing because of the like coming together for collaboration and stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
yeah, I just wish there was a 3rd lizard in there.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that would have been interesting, but I feel like the fact that there's three coins, like for
Yeah,
me, I feel like the three
it
coins
makes
is
up.
probably
Yeah.
enough, but I do get your point. I get your point.
Here is the 4 of coins, and I really like this.
Yeah, he's eating the coin. Well, he's trying to eat the coin anyway.
Yes.
Definitely get that sense of like frugality. You're gonna keep all the coins. You're just gonna end up eating them to.
Yeah, there's that concept of like, okay, if I hoard all the coins, like I can't use them, but then there's like the opposite side where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take all the coins for myself and be a little greedy.
Yeah, I do
But
like that.
it's very cute. Here is the 5 of coins. Huh.
It's interesting because it's a skeleton.
Mhm,
Um, and obviously we know the Five of Pentacles. Traditionally, it's those few people out in the snow, and you have like the church behind them, the
mhm.
church window behind them, and things
Yeah,
like that. But this is like literally a skeleton. So
yeah.
I feel
Like
like they
there's
could
no
have.
struggle anymore.
Yeah, there's no more struggle because they're dead, pretty
Yeah,
much is what's going on here. But I feel like maybe they wouldn't have gotten to this point if they had support from like maybe other whatever lizards or whatever this
yeah.
is. In that sense.
I almost wish they had taken the idea of the 4 of coins and had the 5 of coins and the lizard struggling to get to the coin to eat it. That would have
Yeah.
been really cool.
Oh yeah, that actually would have been interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad our malfunction could, brighten your day.
I'm sure it's gonna entertain a lot of people afterwards.
Oh, and then okay, so that would have been such a cool idea because look at the 6 of pentacles. And I'm like, that would have just been, the continuity, but
Yeah. I
I'm
like the fact
realizing
that
the cards aren't doing that, so I should just be
yeah, I feel like the with the Six of Pentacles, like I love the coins how they're on like this tree.
Mhm.
And that's really funny because it feels like money tree. I know. I think that's Chinese, right? The money tree that they have like this tree that's called the money tree, but it
I
doesn't
think so.
actually. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let me look it
Yeah,
up.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
It's like a plant that people keep in their
Yeah,
house. It's specifically for good luck. I don't know
prosperity.
if it's
Oh,
yeah, prosperity, good luck.
I know jade plants are considered that, but I don't know
Yeah, I don't know.
where that.
Someone let me know in the comments because
Yeah,
I don't know specifically, but I feel like that was a thing.
someone more knowledgeable than us could tell us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
We have the 7 of coins. Let me move. There we go. Um,
I find this interesting because
hmm,
typically the 7 of coins or the 7 of pentacles is typically about waiting to be prosperous.
mhm.
I know in the traditional it's like this person like looking at their crops and things like that. In some other cards, it's like people waiting for something to grow out of what they planted. Like they planted
Right.
things and they're waiting for growth and abundance to come to them, which eventually does in the nine. Right, we're waiting, mastering things like that, and then we go into the nine, and in the nine, you have that abundance for you, right?
Yeah.
So I find this interesting because they already have the coins. This lizard is like already taking one of the coins, like
Yeah.
right there. If I can like get my finger in the right position. Here we go. Right there, taking the coin. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. I wonder if it says something specifically about it in the
Oh, it's the other way
guidebook.
around. The lizard scrambles to add coins to its hoard.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Mm, okay.
uh, Okay, that's interesting. What does it say here? It says the Seven of Coins asks what you can do to secure the longevity of your success. Oh, okay. So they're going to completely different with it.
Yeah.
They're thinking about the long term.
I like this though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I
that
I
one's
think that's interesting. Like taking coins to think about your long-term success and then success being the 9 of coins, in my opinion, I guess. Then we have the 8.
yeah, here's the 8 of coins. I really like that one too.
Tunnels through a maze of horse em what? Emblazoned?
Oh,
Emblazoned?
emblazoned.
Emblazoned
Mm.
coins? I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, "What's going on?" Again, the math is not mathing.
Yeah, words are
Um,
hard today.
what does it say? It depicts famous historical horses, renowned for their stamina. Okay, interesting. What does it say? So it does talk about craft and elevating and understanding your attaining your goals and things like that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense when we're jumping from the 7 to the 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that in that sense. So they are keeping with the pattern in that sense between those.
Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
and then we have the 9.
Yeah, which is a chameleon.
Yeah. And it looks like he's like snacking on the coin. So now it's like, you've you're ready to harvest them and enjoy the luxuries.
Yeah. So pretty much I feel like with the 7, it was like you're taking coins to like invest in your future success.
Yeah.
Uh and and now you're gaining your success, so now you're enjoying rather the abundance that you've gained.
Yeah.
So I actually like that. I like that.
Here
Yeah,
is
money tree.
I don't know why I don't remember that. It sounds familiar, but not like
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the 10 of coins.
Yeah, the 10 of coins.
It's fine.
Yeah, the 10 of coins is really about, future having the money now to pass down through generations, right? So,
Yeah. It's
hmm.
interesting because the coins are different. I'm noticing now.
Yeah, and I think it says, does it say? I think it says what kind of,
Yeah, so these are fortune coins. For the
yeah.
7 of coins, they were cranes and deer.
Yeah, and then
And then some have like characters on them, and there is
yeah,
a translation for them.
they're all pretty much different.
Yeah.
Like the 8 of coins is like horse coins. So they have
Mhm.
like they're a charm coin that have horses on them. Um 9 of coins has uh a charm wishing for halls filled with gold and jade. So
Yeah.
it's the luxury coin. So yeah, they have different things, which is really interesting. I do like that though because you get to know a bit more about Chinese mythology, Chinese culture and tradition and things.
Here is the page of coins. I don't think I'm a fan of the pages so far.
This guy looks like I don't know. an alligator, crocodile head type of
Yeah.
person, which is
Um,
interesting. I always love when they do like anthropomorphic type of
yeah.
characters where it's a human body with the head of an animal. I think it's really
Yeah.
cool. What was the what was the cups one?
It
It
was
was
the
the
snake with
serpent.
the head.
Yeah, serpent. The serpent chick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Um, yeah, interesting. So the mom said money don't grow on trees. Well, it doesn't actually grow money. I don't. It's a symbol of luck, I think, and prosperity. Is why it's called the money tree specifically. But that would be great if money grew on trees. I'm
I
just saying.
wish.
But yeah, I find it interesting. The page of coins is a merchant of some sort.
Yeah, he's just it seems to be a merchant carrying around a coin that is inscribed with a wish for swift promotion.
Yeah. I want to go back to the page of cups for a second because I took out the page of cups. What's this person's? Hmm. What does it say? It says the Page of Cups embodies a playful, creative energy. Listening to the call of inspiration can lead to pleasant surprise and unexpected revelations. And the description about the art is that this snake-bodied woman is stares wide-eyed interest with wide-eyed interest at some distant event, real or imagined, which can, I guess, go to that creative embodiment. And then what does it say here? It says the page represents an increasing understanding of the material realm and how we want to live in relation to it. And then this is they're wearing merchant garb. So
Yeah.
like the garment that they're wearing is like merchant related, so I'm guessing they're a merchant of some sort.
Yeah.
It says seek mentorship and instruction in your next endeavor so that you are supported in your progress. Okay, maybe they're looking for an apprenticeship or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Not a fan of it. Okay, Knight of Coins. I already kind of cheated and looked at this earlier. He is on what did we say it was? A
Komodo
Komodo
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah, this is interesting. But like I said earlier, I'm wondering about the swiftness in terms of like the knight of cups and knight of coins because traditionally the knight of coins is supposed to be the slowest of the knights.
Yeah.
So is a Komodo dragon faster than a turtle? I want to Google that. Let's see what Google has to say. Is a Komodo dragon faster than a turtle? Because I feel like they would run pretty quick.
Oh, it has to be.
Okay, fastest reptiles in the world: bearded dragon, green iguana.
A Komodo dragon can get up to like 12 to 13 miles per hour, and a tortoise is 0.62 miles per hour.
Interesting, because it says here that the leatherback turtle can go up to speeds of 22 miles an hour in water. Uh,
Oh, well, yeah, I guess in water it would be faster, huh?
yeah. So maybe that's why it's depicted because, well, obviously that makes sense because the cups are water. So maybe it's like more that one is faster because in its natural element. That would
Yeah.
make more sense actually. Okay, we figured it out, everyone. we
Yes.
we got there eventually. So
So,
it makes sense in terms of
yeah,
that. Now I'm curious to see what kind of what the knights are in terms of
the other two suits.
the other two suits. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just do these two together because we kind of did them together last time. We have the king and the queen. We have the queen and then the king.
Yeah, these are the blue dragons, right? Right?
These are,
Is that what it's
yeah,
called? The blue
blue
dragon?
dragon is the suit, even though this one's orange. So it's interesting.
Actually, I want to see what it says though.
But I like how they look almost exactly alike. Like,
So the king of coins is the dragon king, and then the queen of coins is the dragon queen, but it says that, what does it say? Hmm. It says that the dragon is one of the most revered creatures in Chinese culture, which makes sense. No, it doesn't really say much, but yeah, they look great together, just like the other two.
yeah.
In my opinion, I like the way that they're together.
And I like that they're actually mirroring each other. They have the same, more or less, position and they're seated the same way. And
Yeah, they're just different colors. They have different garments on, like their
yes.
clothes are different, and they have two different coins, different colors.
Yeah.
But I do like it though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice.
All right. We're getting into wands, which is the red bird.
Oh
Red.
yes.
Yeah. So here we have the Ace of Wands.
So this is interesting. So I have to say, so the wands are all depicted by birds. I want to see
Yes.
if they say specifically. I know it says red bird, but I wanted to know.
I think it
Let's
does
see.
tell you what each bird is. So, like, this first one is a lovebird.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why specifically they chose. Okay, it says here birds are often paired with flowers, as seen in the genre of flower bird art. Thus, the representation of wands in the suit is flowering branches and twigs. Just trying to see. Birds are featured throughout history. Okay, they are symbols on badges and official robes. Okay, mythical phoenix. Just trying to understand how, because I think birds, I think air, right? So I'm wondering, like,
Mhm.
in terms of like fire, like they did mention the phoenix, but I'm like wondering, like,
Why they chose birds for to represent,
the wand suit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, in my opinion. But I do like the ace. I know we were looking at the ace. I do like the ace. I've
Mhm.
been like really liking the aces so far. This bird is so cute. Look at it.
I know.
Two of wands is interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like the wand suit, just kinda getting a feel for for this.
I feel like the two of wands feels more like the two of swords in positioning of
It
the
very much so does.
in terms of like the branches and how they're crisscrossed.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a reason for that or if it states specifically. So it talks about, oh, so this is a quail. The bird in the two of
Mhm.
wands is a quail. Um okay, and that's bamboo.
Yeah.
Bamboo represents integrity for its ability to bend but not break under the pressures of wind and storm. What does it say here? It says the Two of Wands asks for what the plan of action is for realizing the inspirations of the Ace of Wands.
What does the Two of Wands look like normally?
It's a person in the middle holding a globe with two wands on his sides, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I simply don't like this.
I kind of do with the representation that this is bamboo and how it says that it won't break under pressure. And I feel like the Two of Wands, the fact that it's about planning, it's about taking action, it's about
Yeah.
moving forward with plans and with goals and things like that, and your creative endeavors and things like that. I like the fact that it's saying that the bamboo can't break under pressure in that sense because like you have so much going on that you don't want to break
Yeah.
under the pressure of like the actions that you need to take and the plans that you need to be committed to. So I do like that.
I just don't like that
Um
they're crossed.
I don't like that they're cross either.
Because it feels like the opposite of planning. It feels like instead you are met with this like crosswords where you have to make decisions, and the bamboo would still make sense in that regard and not bending under the pressure of having to make choices. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
but the Two of Wands is so the twos in general are about decisions. So you still
Yeah,
need to make decisions in the Two of Wands, but you're making decisions in regards to taking action and
yeah,
planning. That's your decision making. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I have to sit with this, actually.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to sit with this.
I think I'm gonna have to sit with the entire suit of wands.
I want to see what the Two of Swords is gonna be, to be honest, with this.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah,
Here's the three of wands.
yeah, the Three of Wands. Um, what does it say? This is a magpie, and it has three twigs. What does it say? The Three of Wands speaks to the growth of wait, sorry, to the growth you open yourself up to when you step away from routine and comfort. It's a visionary card that asks what lies ahead in a way. Both possibilities and challenges lie in the distance. Interesting. Luna's back.
Yes, yes. She's like, it's about time you're done, mom.
Or maybe she wants to join in and be in the tarot too.
I know.
Yeah, Three of Wands. So I don't know. I have to sit with this one also.
Yeah. Not immediately not a fan of it, so maybe we gotta see how I feel about it a little later.
Yeah. Then we have the Four of Wands.
Yes, we have the four of wands.
Four of Wands. The bird in this is a kingfisher.
Lay down.
What am I typically thinking of? So this is typically about celebration. If we want to even go even further traditional, then like marriage and all that
Mhm.
jazz. Um, what does it say? It says that these branches are bursting with new blossoms.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it represents the coming of spring and renewal. Okay, so I definitely get that in regards to celebration. I feel like when it comes to spring and renewal and
Yeah,
things growing and
blossoming and yes.
whatnot, yeah, blossoming, that there's a call for celebration there. So
Yeah,
I do like this. I do like this.
that one's not bad.
Then we have the Five of Wands.
Yes.
I like that they crossed the branches or twigs or whatever this is because Five of Wands is conflict, so there's going to be some crossing.
Mhm.
What kind of bird is this specifically, is what I'm thinking.
Uh, a sparrow.
Okay.
They're nervous birds and scatter at the first sign of danger.
Okay. So what does it say? Interpersonal conflict that brews from miscommunication. That's interesting because of the fact that they said that they're small, nervous birds. Sparrows prefer to gather in large social groups, roosting and dust bathing and all that stuff. But then they scatter. They scatter at danger. So like, I feel like this is like there's conflict from miscommunication, and you have like that conflict, but then you're also trying to like scatter outwards to like avoid the conflict. Also,
Mhm.
that kind of feels like also. Not mad at it. I do like it actually.
It reminds me of the Four of Wands, I think, from the Wild Unknown.
Four of Wands. What does the Four of Wands look like in the Wild Unknown? I haven't used this deck in a while. Let's see. Four of Wands. That's Three of Wands.
Or not four. Maybe it's the five actually. Or hold on, no. It is the
Okay, here's the Four of Wands. Four of Wands.
it's the Six of Wands. It reminds me of the Six of Wands.
Six of Wands. Okay, let's see here. That's the Two of Wands. That's the Three of Pentacles. No, that's the Seven of Wands. Found the Seven of Wands. That's the Five. The one with the butterfly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But I will say, speaking of Six of Wands, um, yeah, it looks very similar. Has the same sort of
Yeah.
so it makes me not associate this card with the five, but more so the six. But I do actually like the Six of Wands here. This makes
Me too, with the peacock. I love it.
yeah. I love this Six of Wands.
What does it say in the guidebook?
A symbol of flamboyance and beauty across cultures, peacocks were represented on third rank official badges. With
Yeah.
their opulent, vibrant coloring and dramatic silhouette, their association with rank and prestige ran so deep.
Yeah. And that makes sense for like the victory card, in my
Yeah,
opinion, because that's what I consider the Six of Wands, the victory card.
yeah, I consider that like the popularity card too, like where you're
Yeah, that
really
too. Popularity,
mhm.
victory, being the center of
Yeah.
attention. Which let me see which deacon this is or decan this is associated with. Six of Wands. Where's the six? Six. Yeah, I knew it. It's associated with Leo and Jupiter
Oh, that would make
specifically.
sense. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, that
sense.
would make a lot of sense. Oh, I love the Seven of Wands with the little duck
It's
coming out
cute.
of its shell.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
cute. I
like
like
that
it.
one. Is it? Yeah, it is a duckling. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I was reading a book. It's a little duckling. I like that
Yeah.
one.
When I was in elementary school, my preschool, pre-kindergarten and kindergarten classes, they would like hatch baby chicks and baby ducks.
Mhm.
and uh we would get to hold them and things. So I find this
Aw,
so cute. Yeah.
you only
So
did that
I
once.
have pictures of myself when I was a child
Holding.
holding little ducklings and
Aw.
from school. So yeah.
Here's the 8 of Wands.
Okay, so I appreciate that it's just not 8 wands like the traditional.
Yeah.
And with the fact that it's birds, I definitely get that sense of action and movement, which is
Mhm.
typically with the 8 of wands, there's like some quick action there and
Yeah.
whatnot. So I actually really like this because it's not traditional depiction, which is just 8 wands and nothing else.
Yeah, I agree. I really like this one too.
Yeah.
Here is the 9 of Wands. These are egrets.
I don't know what that is, but I like it. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I
If
like.
it feels very like stand your ground esque, kind of like resilience in nature and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. It does talk about resilience actually.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, so I do like that.
Here is the 10 of Wands.
Interesting 10 of wands, I have to say,
Yeah, this feels
because this
very
feels very 8 of
8 of
swords.
Swords. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is interesting. What does the book say in this regard?
So this is a three-legged raven. Here's another three-legged bird. Interesting.
It's interesting. Okay. Maybe it's the same one, but now it's red instead of black. Or was it blue before? Was it blue before?
Oh, yes, it's the same raven that was depicted in the major arcana card.
Oh yeah, the sun, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting 10 of wands with this.
What does it say exactly? Let's see. Hmm.
Because so the last line in the first paragraph says contemplate how you can move more efficiently or with less punishing expectations in the future. But he's trapped in a cage, so I don't
Yeah.
get any ounce of
But
movement.
the cage is made out of twigs. So like
Yeah,
I feel like you
it's
could
like a cage of its own
probably
design.
yeah, you could probably push through that in my opinion like if you
Yeah,
really wanted to. And
yeah,
I definitely feel like in regards to like the traditional 10 of wands like typically, you would would you have? You have like all those twigs and sticks and stuff
has
on those wands
yeah,
on your on someone's back. And technically that's of your own like being burdened and taking on too much, that's of your own making as well, in my
yeah,
opinion. Because you're choosing to do that. You're choosing to carry all that weight on your back. So birds, they can't really carry, I guess, like in the sense of a crow, they can't really carry stuff on their back, but maybe in the sense of burdens, like the fact that they feel trapped by this cage, maybe that's
yeah.
their burden and
Maybe.
something that's overwhelming to them
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
yeah. That would make sense a little bit.
Yeah, I do like this actually.
All right. I don't like the pages. Page of
Yeah, this
Wands.
page of wands is really freaky. I think this
It's
one is the
nightmare fuel.
freakiest out
Yeah.
of all of them.
Like,
So again, this is another mythological creature, I think, the
yes,
harpy
it's a harpy.
swoops. Yeah, from the classic of mountains and seas, which is a Chinese anthology of mythological creatures.
Mhm.
Their creatures are very interesting. I have to say, they're very interesting. Um,
Like, this does not give me Page of Wands energy.
what does it say? It says, hmm. I guess we need to actually look into
Like the mythology of the harpy?
yeah, to understand maybe
Maybe.
what's like specifically what's like if it like fits the curiosity motivate that motivates them into action or
Yeah.
something. Um, because it says two snakes adorned its ears. What? Its ears, an accessory associated with the ancient Wu shamans. Interesting. It's
Mm.
definitely interesting. I feel like for the pages, probably gonna need some
Yeah,
research.
maybe that's it. I'll be a little open-minded in that regard.
Yeah, since they are mythological creatures, I feel like definitely needs to maybe. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna need to look them up
Mhm.
probably.
I will say though, I do like this Knight of Wands. This is the artwork on the front of the deck, or box rather.
Yeah, on the box. Yeah,
Um,
me too. And you definitely get that sense of quickness with this particular knight, in my
mhm.
opinion. I have to say. In terms of the other two knights, where we were like, which one's
Yeah,
faster?
right. Yeah,
So, yes.
I do like that one a lot. Let me see here. What do we have with the queen and king? Ooh, this one's actually interesting. So we have the I never know which way to hold it up. The I think it's backwards. The queen and the king.
Yeah.
They are the red birds, and I kind of like that the king has what is it? A lute? What is that?
I don't
Um,
know, some
flute?
kind of stringed instrument, that's for sure.
Oh, lute. I think is a wind instrument. Never mind.
Strums his pipa? 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 I'm not sure how you pronounce this.
We have not been doing well so far, so who knows?
I don't know what kind of instrument this is, though I have seen someone play this instrument.
Yeah,
There's someone sometimes when I have to take the metro, he sits there and plays this instrument, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. My mom and I once we bought a one of his CDs because the music was just so gorgeous.
yeah. I I do like this. I like that the king has the musical instrument because a a lot of people consider musicians to be kind of charismatic or really interesting creatives,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. So I like that that's depicted a bit in the king.
Yeah, I like again that they're a pair. I love how the king and queen have all been pairs
Yes.
so far. I really love that actually.
Yeah, me too. Those are my favorite parts of the court card so far.
Yeah,
All right, we are getting into the swords.
the
We have
last suit.
the Ace of Swords. The sword is in the cat's eye.
I
Just
love that so much. I love the aces. The aces are some of my faves.
yeah, I like this.
Well, I would hope so. You have cats.
I
You should
know.
like it.
Well, I really like that the sword is in their eye too, because it's so almost like, success is like kind of what you envision for yourself and stuff like that. So it's more of I kind of
Yes.
really like how it's
Yes.
utilizing the
I love
concept of
that.
the eyes for that.
Yeah. Also, this suit, the sword is associated with the white tiger.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that.
Oh, and it's pink.
I got too excited because I really like that ace. I
That's okay. Me
just like
too.
skipped
Me
right
too.
into it. So we have the Two of Swords, which I
Yes.
feel like the position of the swords and the Two of Wands need to be swapped.
Yeah. I still need to sit with the two of swords, but I mean
Yeah,
the two of wands, but what does it say? It says,
and he's a Siamese cat.
yeah. I don't. Hmm.
Because, when cats lay like that, they're more or less content and most at ease. And that does not give me, like, the Two of Swords is not that. I could
Yeah.
see this for the Four of Swords, like a cat resting on his back with his belly up.
Oh yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah. I am wondering. I'm gonna have to sit with the
The
twos.
twos.
What did it say in the numerology? That's what I want to see
Oh,
actually. Let
that's a
me
good
see the
point.
numerology. Partnership and mirrors.
Yeah, yes, handsome boy. I'm almost done.
Is that Luna or Apollo?
Apollo.
No, probably heard us talking about cats and was
I
like,
know. No, he got up from his nap and he's like warning me that we're within an hour of him needing to get fed.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I have to sit with the two of swords and the two of wands.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I agree. Here is the Three of Swords.
Oh my
This is
god, my heart.
rough. So this
Yeah.
is a tortoiseshell cat.
Interesting because, traditional imagery, it's a heart with three swords through it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't go that route, at least
Yes.
that much. But I'm wondering what they said. I'm wondering if they still take that heartbreak approach because me, I don't.
It does have heartbreak in the key words.
Yeah, but it
Um,
says that the Three of Swords portrays the deep pain of betrayal and disappointment, which I love way more than just saying it's heartbreak specifically. Because I feel
uh-huh.
like with the Three of Swords, it doesn't necessarily need to be specifically heartbreak. Like, unless you're talking about a romantic, like doing a romantic reading, you're talking
Yeah.
about in that sense, I feel like some kind of pain from disappointment or pain from, as I said, betrayal or just
Yeah.
pain in general
Yeah.
that hurts mentally, like within your mind, like mental pain that
Yeah.
really hurts you specifically. I feel like that's how I read typically the Three of Swords. But what does it
I,
say? It says,
I do like how it says suffering plays a role in our growth trajectories just as simple happiness
a
does.
yeah, of course, 100%. I actually agree with that sentence
Yeah.
because it's true. We all have to go through challenges. We all have to go through things that are not pleasant, and we'll all go through things that it can be painful, but in the end it helps us to grow as people
Yeah.
and it gains experience from that. You learn from those
Exactly.
experiences, which is really good in my
Right.
opinion.
I also consider the Three of Swords I reference as grief because it's something that
Yes.
you never technically get rid of, but it shapes how you grow and move in the future.
Yeah.
So that
I would say in terms of grief, I would say because the 5 of cups is also about grief. So I would say like just have to think between if it's emotionality or
yeah,
if it's within the mind.
right. And
That
I think
sense.
it's more so like whereas like for the Five of Cups, it's how that grief weighs on you emotionally, and then
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the swords, it's how it
Weighs on
affects
you
you mentally.
mentally. Yeah.
So they kind of go hand in hand, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
totally
100%.
with that.
I agree with that as well. Oh, and then we
So
have the 4.
it's so cute.
It
This
is. I
little
love it.
calico cat. This is what I call croissanting because they're like shaped like a little
Croissanting.
croissant.
Croissanting. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Very typical of a rest card in my opinion.
Yeah, I
So,
do like that one. The Five of Swords is actually really weird, but I like it a lot.
they all have cat heads.
They have cat heads, and it's almost like they're fighting from like their own little cloud. So it's kind of it makes me think of like the thought cloud where you're kind of like maybe a little in conflict with your own self, and each little thought bubble has its own is fighting for its own dominance.
Yeah, so it says here 5 chain mail clad cats hold each other at sword points. Not one is willing to back down for fear of the other 4 pouncing. Sorry. other four pouncing, trapping them all in an indefinite stalemate, is what it says in the book.
Mhm.
And I like that because it really goes to show like what you are willing to lose or what you're willing to gain at like any cost.
Yeah.
And these cats in specifically are willing to stay there indefinitely,
Yes. It
which
definitely,
is the
and then in the description it says pick your battles wisely.
yeah,
Needing to
exactly.
always be right will eventually damage your relationships. As a Taurus, I feel like I can't help that I'm always right. It's not my fault.
Okay, and then we have
The
the Six of Swords, which I find interesting because this feels more like Eight of Swords to me.
So I kind of like this one because like
Mm.
they're not actually swords that are all there.
Yeah, yeah, three
So it's
are
like
shadows.
the shadows of it. So it's like almost the shadow of the baggage that you used to hold with you and you're starting to like leave behind
Ah,
because he's not facing those
yes.
shadows. So and he's like trying to walk through them. So I kind of like this one actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Even
I was
though
thinking.
logically the shadows wouldn't be cast that way. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's interesting because, like, I felt because of the way the cat is positioned, I felt more like Nine of Swords because of the
Yeah.
nightmare-esque of the Nine of Swords. So that's what I was thinking. But yeah, your reasoning and what you were saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I
A
totally
lot of
get
sense.
how you would think of that though.
Yeah,
So the what is this? 7 of swords?
yeah. Interesting, I have to say, with just the eye of the cat, and again
Yeah.
another sword within the eye.
Yeah, this is something I'd have to sit on for a little bit. I got to
So
reflect
the
on this.
seventh sword is in the eye. So
Yeah.
there's six swords and then seven. The seventh one is in the eye. I want to read what it says because you know how the seven of swords is typically about trickery and
Yeah.
theft and all that deception and all that nonsense. So I'm wondering what it says. From a spiky tangle of carelessly discarded swords, a baleful feline eye glares out at the world, is what it says for the art.
Mhm.
And then it says the Seven of Swords points to the tendency for deception to come to light, while consequences to follow afterward. Hmm.
It's interesting. I feel like I do have to sit with a little more,
Me
but I
too.
do like it. It's thoughtful. I like again the concept of the sword in the eye, except where with the ace, it was so more so like how their outlook is to the world and starting fresh and seeing like the possibilities. This one is more so like, what are they hiding behind their eyes, that kind of thing. Like
Oh yeah.
what's are going on.
Yeah, I like that actually. I
Hmm.
like that.
So I want to sit with that more, but I do like that one actually. The 8 of Swords,
Yeah.
typical 8 of Swords, I feel
Yeah,
like.
I feel like this is pretty traditional in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Um,
But
it has a little,
you know how cats are in
yeah.
regard to like this.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like I don't know if you've ever tried this, but there's like that TikTok trend or whatever where you put like tape on the ground
The
into a
square,
box form and they'll go and sit in it or whatever.
yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like cats and just pets in general just end up creating their own problems.
Yeah.
um,
I
like
100% agree.
one time I had French doors in my apartment and but my apartment was a circle. So if you went through my bedroom, you'd get to the closed French doors, or if you went through the living room, you'd get to the same closed French doors. And Apollo sat in front, like on the other side of the door for 10 minutes screaming because he wanted to be let out. I'm like, you could just walk around. This is not a problem. You're creating your own problem. That was his Eight of Swords moment. I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so I already looked. Okay, I did a little peek. Okay, so for the 9 of swords and the 10 of swords,
They're backwards.
I'm wondering what your opinions are of them because they're like
They're backwards to me. This
this is
should
the
be the 10.
9 and this is
And
the 10.
yeah, so this should be the 10 and this should be the 9.
But the cat above on the 9 is like scared. Like I don't know if you see their face, but
Yeah.
and the 9 is usually the nightmare card, right? So
Yeah.
I want to see what it says because I was also a little confused. I just saw that and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, it says piebald cat prowls over an impaled figure. Its diminutive weight driving the 9 swords deeper into the mortified flesh. That feels
And then it says on the top, the 9 of Swords speaks to the lingering trauma and anxiety inflicted by the oppression depicted in the 8 of Swords. What does the 10 say? The 10 says a panther sizes its human prey, shredding the body with 10 carved claws. The panther was used on rank badges to identify 6th rank military officers. And then it says the 10 of Swords marks an abrupt ending to the story of the suit. The misuse and misunderstandings of the swords of reason accumulate to a swift and brutal final blow. I'm gonna have to sit with these.
yeah, they feel very backwards. Cuz the panther even kind of looks like almost otherworldly, like as if this person is dreaming this.
Oh yeah. So these are the cards we're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, and then they're also laying flat as if they could be in bed. So it just I don't know.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I don't hate them, I just think they're backwards. Is really.
Hmm.
All right. Page of Swords.
Yeah. So here we have like a tiger
This
head
is an
person.
ocelot soldier.
Oh, an ocelot. Okay.
This feels very Knight of Swords. I am not meant to like the pages. um I
Yeah, it
like
definitely
it.
feels very like what was I trying to say? Like warrior-esque with the
Yeah.
shield and stuff.
It has that warriorness, and they're also in a very like it's not like they're in a defensive pose, so it still portrays a lot of that like action and movement of the knights.
Hmm.
So I would not look at this and immediately think pages.
Yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it's just because also like one of the key words for it is insight and observation. It seems like they're beyond that point now. They've made their observation and decided to go on the offensive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the pages I feel like I'm gonna have to sit with all of them.
Yeah, they definitely need more time.
Yeah.
Um, here
This
is
one,
the knight.
yeah, this one is way more has way more armor than the page.
Mm-hmm.
And a bigger sword. The swords are different.
Yeah,
What is this creature it's riding?
a leopard.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that though. I mean, I've actually liked the knights, even though we kind of had a little bit of confusion in the beginning. I
Yeah,
do like the knight.
me too. Actually, me too. When we finally
Yeah,
figured out the turtle and the Komodo dragon, I feel like
exactly.
yeah. So yeah, I do like that. And they look like they're sort of like standing on this leopard.
Yeah, it does kind of look like similar to the chariot.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. All right, our last two cards, we have the queen and the king. I really like
Yes.
the two of them.
Me too. The queen seems fierce.
Yes.
I love that. The king kind of looks like, I don't know, that that tongue kind of looks like a
It's-
serpent.
yes, it does. It really does. Hollow, I'm almost done. I like that though. I like that the queen is kind of more of the action one here, and she is more so the one kind of taking up the sword, whereas the king is
Mhm.
more so reserved and more thoughtful in this regard, but still standing, so shows that he's prepared for movement.
Yeah, and I feel like that's pretty typical of the queen and king of swords, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
typically in like regular depiction of them
Hmm.
in that sense.
Somewhat, because I know in traditional the queens and kings are all seated.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about other depictions of
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So,
Um,
you want to try to shuffle?
yeah, we do a quick shuffle. I do have to get off of here soon though.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
a 4 o'clock. But it actually going through it and breaking it up, doing the flip through makes the shuffle quite easy.
Yeah, overhand I like. I don't know if you want to show what it looks like bridge shuffling, but
Yeah. Let's see. Deck is a little thick. See if I can bend it. I don't know that I can get a good bend. Yeah, I can't. It's slightly too tall. Slightly too tall. I can't do it. Nope. Wrong way. Here we go.
you're going to have
So my
to.
hands are too small to do a riff on bridge with these.
Yeah, they're a little bit taller than traditional tarot, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
overhanding is probably going to be the best, everyone. Overhanding.
yeah, if you guys have bigger hands than me, then maybe you can get a better grip on them.
Yeah. I would say though, if you have smaller hands and you like to overhand, try to do it like vertically like this,
Long
and
ways.
then yeah,
Hmm.
do that instead.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it
okay
does,
with getting it regular horizontal, so
yeah, it
that's
does
fine too.
shuffle easily enough. So I
Yeah,
mean,
they glide. They're nice. They
really
glide
well.
nicely,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I thought they were going to be much stickier than they actually turned out to be.
Yeah, actually, me too. Because my black tarot was a bit clumpy in the
Yeah,
beginning when I
and,
first shuffled
and
it. So
when we were doing the flip through, some of them were kind of sticking together, but no, it's not chunky at all. So is it the same size as the black tarot?
it should be. They their cardstock and their
Oh,
deluxe should be all the same size. I don't think,
okay.
unless it's the Mystic Mondays crystal grid, or like what is it, astral alignment. Those obviously won't be the same size because they're made small,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the tarot should be the even the oracle should be the same. Yeah, they're the same exact size.
Oh, okay.
Same exact size.
I figured they would be.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure in with the golden mantra is the same exact size too. In that other box set,
Yes.
I think it's also the same size.
I have it right here.
Mine is over there, so I can't reach it. But you
The
let me know. I'm
cardstock
pretty
is
sure that they're the same
different
size.
though, but it is the same
Yeah,
size.
cardstock will be different because it doesn't have gilding or something on it. It has
It
edging, I
does.
think.
It's thinner.
Yeah.
It's slightly thinner,
Yeah.
which is fine for me. It makes it easier to shuffle. But I guess it's thinner so it can fit in the box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, it'd be a really big, thick box.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You might be able
Oh,
if
and
you can get
also,
your hand around the edges of the horizontal side, then you can for
yeah.
sure
And I
um
forgot that's only 52 cards, so that's why it's
yeah,
it looks so
52
much
cards,
smaller.
yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Um. Oh, so yeah. Uh, Alana was saying that she'll be able to riffle shuffle then. Yeah,
Yeah.
my hands are just a tad too small. I couldn't get the bend.
Yeah, and
Maybe
I
I'll
don't
figure it
riffle shuffle, so I
out.
don't really care.
Yeah.
Overhand is good enough for me.
Well, guys, we have been on for like 2.5 hours, so
Yeah.
I need to get some food, and then I have a 4 o'clock appointment. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching our first like live flip through. Let us know what you thought of it.
Yeah, that was fun.
If we get anything else in similarly that you guys want to see a flip through of, let us know, and we'll catch you next time. And don't forget, all of the information for the deck is in the description.
Description box.
So if you enjoyed this deck and you want to put it on your wish list, go ahead and check out those links.
Yes, and make sure you're subscribed to both of our channels.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe, like the videos on both of our channels,
Yeah.
and we will catch you in the next one. We'll see you next month. Bye, guys.
Bye.